The recent upside in altcoins, the little spike that we have seen right now, made a lot of people aware that they are not ready for a bull run or let alone an entire altcoin season with their bags. So right now, as we're seeing a little bit of pullback, I think it's the right time to look at altcoins that have a low market cap and that are actually doing something, so that are good projects in a nice niche and that are maybe worth buying and even maybe capable of doing a 100x. So that's what we're going to talk about today in this video right after the intro. Hey everyone, it's the Patient Hodler coming at you with another altcoin video, and in this one we're going to talk about Metacade with the ticker MCADE. It's in the gaming sector and we're going to look at it from the perspective of fundamentals, look at the website, we're going to look at the team, the founders, we're going to look at tokenomics, we're going to look at charts and so on. I want to quickly thank my rare hodlers that are supporting me all the time that you see on the screen behind me, and ask each and every one of you to smash the like button right now if you like this type of altcoin videos and analysis. Subscribe to the channel and tick the little bell to never miss out on portfolio streams, on live streams, and on videos about all those altcoins. But with that out of the way, let's get right into it. So here we are on the Metacade website, and we see here the ultimate gaming platform for community. Play, earn, build, connect, ready to enter the Metacade, start with a free tourist pass. So directly the engagement here on the website, but what are they doing? Metacade brings together game producers or game partnerships with their audience, and they are putting in a token, a crypto token, to underpin the entire endeavor. So we're going to look at the token in a second, but what is important is that in this current altcoin rally, it has shown that Web3 gaming is one of the biggest narratives besides AI, SocialFi, and all these things that are powering those projects. And also GambleFi is also one of a big category. But in this case, it's more into the niche of Web3 gaming. And we can see here the focus is on empowering gamers, having fun and earning while playing, unlocking rewards with digital passes that are that you need to access the games. And then also on the other side, game producers are able to promote their games on the website. So we see here about us, Metacade is creating a unified platform for gamers, developers, and investors to build together. It's a win-win scenario where gamers get to enjoy playing fun games and actively contribute to their development, whilst at the same time can receive rewards, build their profile, and find employment. So this is really set up to attract gamers that want to make a living with their gaming. So yeah, that sounds really good from my perspective. So that means that this platform is kind of a game launch pad or connecting platform that brings the audience in at the same time. So it incentivizes both sides, and we actually have a very prominent project in the crypto space that did something similar with big partnerships, and that was Chili's, which tokenized fan engagement with their clubs. So they brought in the clubs on one side and the fans on the other side, and they put the Chili's token under it, and the coin did basically, I think it did at least a 50x or something like that when it was listed on the exchanges because of the high volume. So let's look at tokenomics. So we have a lot of transparency. So we are on the Metacade white paper at the moment. And we see Metacade is ERC20 token, so it runs on Ethereum. And in total, there is a supply of 2 billion MCADE tokens, but 21 million is already burned. So there is a burning mechanism in it. It's deflationary, which I personally like. We can see here the token distribution. So 70% has already been unlocked or allocated in the pre-sale. Then we have 2.5% that's in a competition pool, which is basically to host competitions on the app. So that's something that will eventually go to gamers and people competing on the app. Then we have DEX liquidity provision that is mainly Uniswap and other DEXs to be able to for people to be able to ape into the token, right? And then 10% development, and marketing and CEX listing 12.5%. At this point in time, I have to say that I am not sponsored by this project whatsoever. I don't receive a dime. I just found it interesting after doing some research after the portfolio stream, as some people suggested to look into Metacade. Also, this is not financial advice, so it's not guaranteed that this token can do a 100x or will do a 100x, or even if it will survive the whole project. So it's very risky. You need to be aware. And the token distribution shows that, because 70% is somewhere around in the market, and there are bigger wallets that can always dump on you. There's also a staking mechanism in Metacade. There will be staking for those tokens, which will create TVL, right? What is really important or interesting to me is the roadmap, and they've published a big roadmap. I think on another part we will see it a little bit better, and they show here when they have concluded steps. So they have already done a couple of things. Launch a new Metacade platform, enable subscriptions for B2C and B2B models, so both sides can already do subscription. Upgrade all users and partners with digital passes, deploy on platform, chat, messaging, and notification. That has all been concluded. And then expand cross-chain Web 2 networks to onboard larger audiences. Also, that has happened already. Now, if we look at the revenue model, we can see that they are living off of basically subscribers that are coming in. So there is a pass. If you go to the website and you sign in, there is a pass for $4 a month, which is not much. And you basically can enjoy almost the entire functionality of the platform. There will be tournaments, paying to enter 48-hour speed tournaments, joining leagues, and competing over the long term. This is really important that it's speed tournaments, not things that drag out over weeks, because the young audience is now on these very short attention cycles. Testing, so games of all stages can be listed with bounties, prizes, and giveaways to incentivize community participation to play and offer feedback in the plug and play model. So gamers can test and earn prizes, and game publishers can launch their games for testing, so they can relatively cheap get a testing audience. And then advertisement, gaming studios will pay for premium advertising packages across our platform to ensure their games get the best coverage and gamer acquisition. And then partner studios, monthly and annual partnerships are made available to individual creators. Established studios looking to list games, increase awareness, and gamer acquisition. This is very interesting, because obviously you want to have a variety of games for such a platform, so that a lot of different types of gamers gets attracted to the platform. And then on the other side, more companies want to launch, and so that the whole thing becomes kind of a rolling snowball that gets bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So we see here, these are the revenue streams basically. And then the whole thing goes into the Metacade token. So this is the token side here basically. There is burning, there's staking, that is token reduction, and then there is the funding, like operation rewards and marketing. So I think the setup looks pretty good. So there's every transaction on our platform will initiate a buyback and burn, which means we will actively take a percentage of the sale and buy Metacade on the open market and burn it for good, removing that token amount forever. Now, this here is very important to note. In my opinion, this means the token is basically a security. Because there is an action from the Metacade, it fulfills the Howey test, and it's probably a security. But this is not a long-term hodl, in my opinion. It looks interesting. It's something to make, I don't know how many X gains on it, and then move the majority out. Or even if you are, for example, going in with $50 and you make $100, move $50 out and let the rest ride. So really minimizing risk as soon as possible, right? Then there's also staking. Platform transactions contribute towards buying Metacade on the open market and providing it as staking rewards for token holders. keen to support the project over the long term. So yeah, this is similar like the launchpad system, where token holders get rewarded with more tokens, and then they can take part in the endeavors of this launchpad. So at least that's how I understand it. And then there is also the team. So we see here the team is fully doxed. So the CEO, the CTO, the COO, the CFO, they are all linked with their LinkedIn profiles. So if you click here, it directly refers to the LinkedIn profile. So I really like how they set up the site and have a lot of transparency. So if we're looking here at Russell Bennett, for example, he was before a blockchain and platform advisor as self-employed person since basically the beginning of Bitcoin. Now this is very different or difficult to verify if he's really that long in crypto. But he also is a co-founder for another company where he is, which is still running, where he is in since 5 years and 7 months. So he seems to be a successful entrepreneur, which is good. And this company is in the area of recruiting of HR, and that could be very interesting, because you should, if you are starting a project, it's very interesting or important that you know how to hire good people. You can be the biggest genius on the earth and still don't know how to get the right people for your job. So maybe he knows that, right? And then if we go back, for example, we go to the CTO, so the Chief Technical Officer. We see here he has no picture in. I think he should do that. He should dox himself in that sense, because it just increases more trust. So he's the CTO since 10 months. He was a project manager before, and so on. So the only thing that you see here, for example, he was like on everywhere he was only like a year. So yeah. So that definitely is not the best reference here. So that is a little bit of a flag maybe. And then we have here another one. Let's look at one more of those. So this is the financial guy. He was at benefits specialist at Bloomberg, and then at Apple also for a short period of time. Financial trader afterwards. So yeah, there are kind of the people that you would expect in such a project. Besides the one that doesn't have a problem, but the CTO is still doxed with a full name, which is usually sufficient. So yeah, you really see all of that. By the way, the screen wasn't right in the place. So here you go. So you can really access everything from here. If you go to the token side, you also see the token overview. So they made it really, if you look at utility, you get the stream on the token side as well, how it works. So I think that's very, very transparent, the whole way they built this up. Now, let's look at bubble maps quickly, because it shows us a little bit where there are bigger holders. So there's, for example, this number 8 here. Is a bigger wallet that holds close to 1% of the entire supply, and we see some of them here, but it's actually not too bad, right? And then there are 7 contract ones, which I didn't highlight, but you see, I think this is something that has to do with the token utility. You see here, right, when you drag this around, there are a lot of wallets attached to this huge wallet that holds 20%. So actually, a lot of these 0.25 wallets that you see on the side here, they are tied. All the pink ones, they're tied to this Kraken here. I think that this is somewhat a functionality within the project, but we cannot, or I couldn't find any evidence for that. So maybe that gets clarified afterwards. And then we see some bigger wallets that are probably exchange wallets, but also that is unclear. I think it is possible to name these wallets. For example, here it's clear that this wallet here is Uniswap. So you see it right here highlighted. That is Uniswap. So there is a wallet here, number 8, that is almost the size of what is on Uniswap. But overall, there are no wallets that are too huge. So the distribution seems to be okay. So let's also look at this on coin market cap. And we see here that the market cap at the moment is 14 million, almost 15 million. It had a big spike, and then it sold off quite a bit, and now it pumped a little bit, but it's still not back, right? So it formed a lower high here over the side, but it's gearing up as it seems like, at least. What we also see, the daily volume is 500,000 more or less, which is okay for that market cap size. I mean, if you compare it, for example, with Ecomi, that has 160 million market cap, or 180 million, that has also this trading volume. So the volume is okay for the size of the project. And considering that it's not on too many exchanges, so you can only buy it on Bitmart, BitGet, and on Uniswap so far, and maybe on something which is not listed here. As we can see, 66.5% is diluted, theoretically at least. And here we see the slight divergence of the burned tokens to the full tokens. So there's a lot of tokens in circulation already, which is good. The fully diluted market cap is only 22 million. I really like that because it doesn't really deviate much from where we are right now, 14 versus 22 million. Overall, and we can see, I mean, we have seen the website and so on. Overall, this is a very new project, and for this to, if this would go to 150 million, where the top 200 coins are sitting at the moment, between top 200 and 300, that would be a solid 10x already. That would not factor in the increased market caps that we are seeing usually during a bull run. So let's say that could do a 10x on that, and then the entire market would do a 10x. That would be a 100x. So that would bring that whole project to 1.4 billion. Can it go to 1.4 billion in a full-blown bull market when other projects that are 1 billion right now go to 20 or 30 billion? It could. It depends on their performance, and it's way too early to say if this performance is going on. So it definitely, exchange listings could do a lot for the price action, but it's a risk. It's a high risk play, as I mentioned in the beginning already. Finally, let's also look at the chart. So what we are seeing here is, and I really like this is why I make this video today. This has seen a 58% pullback, and now it's still down 50% from this high. But it's still down way more from the other high that we had seen on CoinMarketCap, which isn't even here on BitGet. So this chart is from BitGet. It slightly looks different on Uniswap, which we will come to in a second. But what we have seen here basically is a nice move here in 5 waves to the upside, and now an ABC correction. So the corrective move could be over, but there is downside risk because you see something like a head and shoulders shape, which is connecting here with the neckline, and theoretically you could see a dump. I would say latest a dump on 0076 or so, which would be on top of all this price action before. Is this likely? I don't know, because projects of this size, they can do everything, and if Bitcoin drops, we can have a nasty pullback from here down to this level. Would be a solid 30% pullback. So keep that in mind. There needs to be dry powder that you can spare at any time to allocate something like that to the project. And finally, if we are looking at Twitter, then we see new partnership alert. We're thrilled to announce our partnership with Furverse. So that was right now. That is a super small Web3 game, but you have to start somewhere, right? So I think that could be a good start, but we could also see that they're never getting anything done. We don't know. What is good to see, though, I watched this right now, is that the CEO actually went on live with camera and walked people through the project, what is happening next with the roadmap and so on. Here you see also the stages, and he said during that stream that they were having 7,000 plus tourist signups in only 1 week. That is users of the first stage, which is not too bad. 7,000 users is actually pretty good for such an early stage, right? I mean, and he said throughout this AMA that he would like to see this go to 10,000 per week in the next couple of weeks, and we're going to see and monitor how it's doing, right? But overall, I think Metacade seems to be a good project. They seem to be developing quite a bit. If you're looking at the roadmap, I think there is a roadmap here at the token side. Yeah, I lost the roadmap, but it is here. So there is still a lot of open things on the roadmap, as we can see here. For example, Q1 2024. We see here main platform, upgrade main platform. There is a big upgrade coming to the main platform. Launch a grant program through itch.io. Introduce NFT marketplace. So they're going to launch their own NFT marketplace, which is super important in Web3 gaming. Explore AR, VR games, scale partnership team to grow Web2, Web3, and expand services to gaming partners. Now we can see and track here on this side, maybe quarterly, how they are doing on this, if they get this done or if they have huge delays. And then we also see the token website is a part, and then the brand marketing and events, which what they want to do. So they want to deploy a bridge, a DEX, they want to launch wallet support and so on. So everything, explore additional CEX listing, which is huge for price action, right? So this is all going to happen, according to them, during the Q1 of 2024. So they want to list on centralized exchanges. Let's see if it happens. I mean, we all know from some projects that these promises could stay unfulfilled, right? Yeah, and then also, events, main platform is then in Q2. Design and launch on NFT collections so that gamers and game studios can do that. Contributor, live stream beta, launch private partner directory. And then again, announce an OTC partner, additional CEX listings again every quarter. So let's see if they can really do it. I think overall, Metacade looks, with the market cap that it has and with everything that we saw, docs team, a high amount of tokens already in circulation, super low market cap. The price has just retraced almost 50% from where it pumped to in that buying frenzy. So overall, this could be an opportunity. But please, guys, do your own research on this. That is very important. If you are unsure, better not do it. It's very risky, as I said before. Only allocate money that you can afford to lose, because this really can be a 100% loss. And if you like this video, then I would appreciate a like, a follow if you want to see more, and let me know in the comments below which altcoins you want to see. And if you enjoyed the analysis, or if there's any information about Metacade that I actually have missed. So with that said, wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon, and I see you in the next video or tomorrow morning at Crypto Morning Coffee on the live stream. Bye.